Hello everyone and welcome to the Good Game Lobby review of Keep Driving, a pixel graphic inventory management RPG from YCJY Games. Let's load up on snacks, pick up some hitchhikers, and map our way to this review. Before we get into the story of Keep Driving, I wanted to speak about YCJY Games, a small studio based in Gothenburg, Sweden. They're a team of two, Josef handling art, animation, and design, and Christopher working on programming and design. They reach out to Vile Harmont for sound effects and Dennis Wyden for pedestrian animation. It looks like they also tapped the assistance of a few Swedish bands to be part of the soundtrack, which is phenomenal because I am a sucker for shoegaze Swedish indie bands. I'm always blown away that games this damn good are almost always made by small teams like this, and it's wildly impressive what they have pulled off here. Okay, let's get back to Keep Driving in its story. You've just gotten your license, your first car, a wad of cash to your name, and a goal to get to the music festival Way Out East, a play on Way Out West, by the end of the summer. You set out on the open road ready to explore. Along the way, you'll pick up hitchhikers, work odd jobs for cash, repair your car, and experience introspective moments that impact your mood. The way you respond to these introspections can affect your status, so choose wisely. You'll learn more about yourself, your personal story, and your family ties, as well as the lives of those you pick up along the way, by having conversations with them. You spend more time driving and playing the game than you do reading, but the brief conversations and letters you receive play a larger role in the narrative. Though short, they are impactful. Let's break down the gameplay in terms of how you will manage yourself, your hitchhikers, and your car. When you start the game, you're asked your name and your relationship with your parents, which I recommend choosing a very good relationship, and I'll explain why later, your occupation, and what you're bringing with you on your trip. Your occupation determines your starting trait. Mine, Fast Learner, allowed me to start with one skill point and gain another when I would read. Skill points are used for the main RPG elements, where you essentially battle against slow-moving or even broken-down vehicles, gangs of possums, or even gangs of bikers, and just about anything you can think of on a road trip, like a slow cyclist, for instance. These encounters will deplete your fuel, energy, and the car's health. You need to use certain items in your glove box or required skills to deal with them, or you can slam on the gas and take the hits directly to push past them. You can become hot or cold based on the weather, tired, hungry, or even starving from long stretches without breaks to eat or sleep. It's up to you to monitor these stats and ensure that you're fed, rested, and equipped with items to handle the weather. If not maintained, these factors can become stressful, making inventory management crucial, especially when choosing the right vehicle. Speaking of vehicles, you have three options: a 1970 muscle car with 2 seats, a 1988 truck with 4 seats and back row space, a 1981 sedan, which I chose, basically a Volvo, and you'll notice a recurring Swedish theme throughout the game. It had 5 seats and a good amount of trunk space, which is essential for inventory. Gameplay starts off straightforward, keeping your energy and hunger at bay, making sure you're fueled up and repairing your car. But as you collect more hitchhikers, inventory management becomes more critical. For example, I picked up a musician and his guitar case took up almost half of my trunk space. You need to keep headache medicine, beer, and snacks on hand to keep everyone happy and the road trip as smooth as possible. As I mentioned earlier about picking to have a good relationship with your parents, it kind of works out when you're stranded, have no cash, your tires are popped, have nowhere to go, and you have to call someone for help. So you just call your parents, they load you up with cash and kind of start you off from the next place. This game is a visual masterpiece. Pixel design games continue to impress me with the unique styles they introduce. Since you drive from left to right, the backgrounds feature parallax scrolling of cityscapes, large stormy clouds, forests stretching into the distance, and beautifully detailed environments. Small touches like a Jesus bobblehead that moves as you drive, the animation for your glove compartment, rest stops, car upgrades, decals, stickers, and even the act of buying gas all contribute to the game's immersive feel. The dashboard for your car sits at the bottom of the screen, showing your energy, status, cash on hand, brake, and gas pedals, a digital display, glove compartment, and your car health and fuel level. It's designed to feel like a real car dashboard, keeping everything you need within reach while allowing most of the screen space to be focused on the beautifully detailed environments. The menus, the CD player, the inventory screens are all meticulously designed to fit in as much detail as possible without feeling overwhelmed. I especially love the stores and restaurants where side trips are set up on bulletin boards. The attention to detail in Keep Driving is incredible, and it pays off. The sound design is key. The way you open your glove compartment, trunk, manage your inventory, repair the car, fill up your gas tank, all these actions feature perfect sound samples that enhance the immersion. But the music is where Keep Driving truly shines. The developers collaborated with multiple bands and artists to create the soundtrack, which you listen to while driving. Best way I can describe the vibe is like the radio department, a staple of southern Swedish indie rock, dream pop, and shoegaze. My favorite band in the game was Crystal Boys, though every band featured stands out. You'll unlock more CDs as you journey east, each one offering a different take on shoegaze, dream pop soundscapes. Gothenburg is truly a special place for Swedish music. Here's one of the songs from the game. Enjoy. So in my mid-20s, my cousin called me to let me know she had tickets for Lollapalooza in Chicago. The issue? I lived in New Jersey at the time and I was broke. Turned to one of my best friends and asked if he was free that weekend. We used a website to estimate gas and hotel costs, scrounged up all the cash we had left, loaded up on snacks and weed, and hit the road. It was an 18-hour drive and the experience to remember. This festival was special to me because At the Drive-In was on the reunion tour. It was my first time seeing Frank Ocean live, and I had my first ever lobster corn dog. And I smoked way too much weed. But the entire trip is something I'll never forget. I felt all that nostalgia while planning my road trip and keep driving. Making my way to the festival, managing inventory, talking to people, and sharing experiences on the way, it perfectly captures a natural flow of a road trip across the US. The game made me miss hitting the open road. It took 2.5 hours to complete the main game and road trip I had planned, but I didn't do any side trips or jobs. Upon finishing, I saw a book with over 9 different endings, each with hinting at other possibilities, like jail for instance. With multiple endings, side trips to take, and tons of CDs of bands to discover while chatting with interesting characters, it's worth the $17.99 price tag. A CD in the year 2000, which is where the game takes place, sometimes it costs $10 to $20, so why not pick up Keep Driving and experience both an incredible game and a stellar soundtrack? Keep Driving is a must-play for me and one of my favorite games added to the best of 2025 list. Thank you for future friends for the review key, and thanks for watching my review of Keep Driving. If you're looking for another game where you drive around managing expectations, check out Caravan Sandwich coming up on your left. And if you need a new game to play, why not watch my 25 best indie games of 2024 video on your right. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and as always, GG.